How much time should you spend on your English? Hello, I'm Julian Northbrook, best-selling author and self-certified language punk. And right now, coming down with the man flu, hence the rather sexy, gravelly voice. This is a pretty common question that people ask me. How much time should I spend on my English? But when they ask that, what they are basically saying is, I don't have time, I don't want to spend much time. Can you give me a way to get good at English without having to spend a lot of time? Because hey, if you were willing to spend crap loads of time on your English, you wouldn't actually ask the question in the first place. Ultimately, there is no magic method, no instant fluency way to get good at English without having to put any time and effort into it. I mean, that's, you know, it's bullshit, and you know it's bullshit. The fastest way to get good at English, and this is something that I talk about extensively in my book. The fastest way to get good at English, the way to master English fast, is actually the slow and steady approach. See, you don't actually have to put crazy amounts of time into your English. Think of it as a process. Stop focusing on the end result and just focus on the process of doing it. And when you start to think about it like that, really all you actually need to do is regularly work on your English. Input the language, the knowledge and the cultural knowledge that you need, and then practice and use that in the real world. It's not that complicated, and you don't need to be putting stupid amounts of time into it. The problem that a lot of people have is that they're focusing on the end result and they feel overwhelmed and they just don't do anything. I once had a private client who was working in a company in Japan, mainly doing business and sales with overseas clients. A job that he was technically very suited for. However, his English really wasn't up to the job. But he was reluctant to put any time and effort into his English because he was so busy. He just didn't have the time to try and improve his English. And it wasn't until I pointed out to him, look, you're wasting all this time every single day for the simple reason that your English is shit and it's not good enough to do the job that you're doing. It wasn't until I pointed that out that he stopped, sat down and said, okay, I'm gonna, cut my workload if I have to, but I'm gonna put the time and the effort into improving my English to make tomorrow much better. That things really started to change for him. And again, as I've already said, the point is, it doesn't even have to be massive amounts of time every day. Regularly, consistently is much, much more effective than doing loads, but occasionally. 10 hours, one day, once a month is not anywhere near as good as 10 minutes every day. When people join the EES program, Julian Northbrook's League of Extraordinary English Speakers, I generally say if you've got 30 minutes a day, you can get basically everything that you need out of the program. Of course, you can put more time, more effort into it and get faster results, but ultimately if you have 30 minutes a day, you are going to do really well with the program. And honestly, if you don't have 30 minutes a day, and I mean you really don't have 30 minutes a day, then you have problems far, far greater than your English. So you might want to have a think about the way that you are living your life and then come back when you've managed to find that 30 minutes a day. The EES program is designed to give you all the input that you need to master the English language fast. The idea is you study the lessons each week, you practice the language that you learn. You can do that in the community with me via video critiques, in the real world, in your actual jobs. But the most important part is the EES weekly episodes, which gives you all the input that you need. Just do each lesson, each week, a few minutes a day, and your English will skyrocket. Honestly, the system is scarily simple, but just as scarily effective. If you are interested in becoming a member of the prestigious League of Extraordinary English Speakers, you can and should check out more information by heading over to doingenglish.com/membership. But it's not for everybody. You do need to be willing to put in that time and effort every day. And if, again, like I said, you can't find that, then you really want to kind of focus on sorting out your time problems first. That's it for me today. Tell me in the comments, how much time do you spend on your English every day? Go on, leave a comment. I want to know. And with that, I am going to leave you today, because as you can probably tell, my throat is absolutely killing me. It's one of those irritating colds that is not really a cold, it's just all in here. I've got a sore throat and I'm coughing. It's the time of year. It's man flu season.